10 News starts right now.
Good morning, South Florida. I'm Eric Yutzi. Here's a look at your top stories on this Friday. It was round two of the Democratic presidential debates right here in South Florida. 10 more candidates, including former Vice President Joe Biden, all taking the stage at the Adrian Arch Center in downtown Miami last night. Unlike the night before, this debate got heated with a lot of talk of taxes and race relations. Kamala Harris even stepping in at one point to try and calm the chaos among her rivals. The next Democratic debate set for July 30th in Detroit. A young Miramar man arrested accused of drugging and raping a minor. Police say 18-year-old Jorge Martinez showed up to the victim's house party and gave her 2 Percocets. He then allegedly posted a video on social media of this 15-year-old girl naked and lying face down and bragged about raping her. The victim spending nearly half an hour without oxygen to her brain. She is now in the hospital being treated for organ failure and internal bleeding. Martinez being held on more than $500,000 bond. 2 people who were waiting for a bus were hurt when a driver crashed right into the bus stop in Miami. Police say the driver of a Cadillac slammed into a truck before plowing right into the bench. That's where those victims were sitting. It happened off Northwest 27th Avenue and 24th Street. The victims rushed to the hospital. They are said to be stable there. Investigators do believe a 3rd driver may have been involved in the crash but took off. The other 2 stayed at the scene.
Listen to Local 10's podcast, The Florida Files, wherever you are, whenever you want. Just say, Alexa, play the Florida Files podcast.
Getting the latest episode of Florida Files. Here it is from TuneIn.
Previously on the Florida Files.
Or just ask Siri, I want to hear the latest Florida Files podcast.
Here's the newest episode of the Florida Files.
Get the Florida Files on Alexa, Google Home, or Apple devices just by saying play the Florida Files podcast. The Florida Files from the one and only Local 10.
Wild scene on I-95. An officer gets hit on the highway while chasing a suspect. He was struck by a driver after jumping a wall in search of a man who ran out of a stolen van. It happened right during rush hour traffic near the exit to Northwest 79th Street. A woman who was a passenger in that van stayed behind. That's when she was tackled to the ground by another officer at gunpoint. She was arrested, though it was unclear what charges she is facing. The man police were after was also arrested. The injured officer was taken to the hospital as a precaution. As breaking news happens, we'll keep you covered on air and online. Head to local10.com throughout the day for more local news coverage and updates.